Hey, what it is. Welcome, y'all to the replay. You know, it's another special day. We wanted to come on here right quick because there's been a lot of things that's been going on in the news. We want to talk about those things, man, with the return of Mike McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys. We got these NFL weekend playoffs that are coming up. I'm your host, Jabril Rashard. Y'all know I still got my boys, my family, my brothers with me coming to the stage. You know, I got my man D.A. Darrell Alexander.
Harold the G, what's up?
Action Jackson from Nebraska.
Throwing them bones.
You see, he had to carry. He just had to do the SF, huh? Yeah, he got a pulls out. We might as well go and shoot him.
Superman.
Yeah. Oh, I want you to keep that same energy.
If they blow us out.
Oh, and I want you to wear that shirt right there.
No, I got another one for the win, for after the win.
After the win?
I got another one today.
Well, y'all know what I need y'all to do, man. That's coming on. We're live. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe, like, and share button, man. We're really growing the channel, man, getting great feedback. If you're coming on, man, don't forget you can chat out in the comments, and we'll have a little fun with it. But we want to talk about the return of Mike McCarthy. Who would have guessed it? And I'm telling y'all, you got your hand up. I don't know. We're going to talk about it, man. We got to talk about that, plus several other things we want to get into, man. But Mike McCarthy returning. I can't say I'm really surprised. And I think, we're not even a week away from Sunday's fiasco. But it is what it is. I don't know. When I started thinking about it, if you can't get a Jim Harbaugh, if you can't get a Bill Belichick, what else really is out there? I mean, we know he's a Super Bowl winning coach within this era. We know that he's a regular season coach with 12, three back-to-back consecutive 12-win seasons. We know these things, but he's cemented right now as an extension of Jason Garrett. Can we all agree with that? We can say that honestly. And you have the same common denominator, which is Dak Prescott. So before we do that, I want to play a little something because I was looking at, I think it's the Rich Eisen show, if I'm not mistaken, the Rich Eisen show. And, Dan Patrick. That's who also, Dan Patrick. And, Michael Irvin had his take on it. Rich Eisen had his take on it. And so, I said, let me play this before we talk about this. So this is the clip first from Rich Eisen. This is what he was saying.
I love being right. I told you Jerry Jones wasn't going to do anything. And I'll tell you right now, Jeff Lurie's not going to do anything either.
Then they're never going to win.
That's one way to look at it.
Right, to be happy with losing.
That's one way to look at it. There's other ways to look at it. And in terms of the Dallas Cowboys, the famed GIF or GIF? What is it? It's GIF, right? GIF. The famed,
it's not a Garage.
Okay. That you see on Twitter, the Alonzo Mourning. It's one of the most famously used GIFs out there.
I probably use that 1,000 times.
Where he's staring like something bad is happening, right, to the Miami Heat. And he's staring out into the abyss, shaking his head, and then something pops in his head, and it's like, that may be right after all. That's the Dallas Cowboys. That GIF is the Dallas Cowboys. For instance, shaking your head. I cannot believe we won 12 games again and never made the conference championship game. As a matter of fact, we're the first team, according to ESPN Stats and Info, to win 12 games at least in 3 straight years and never make the conference championship.
Really long
then the head shake.
I guess.
Oh, we did win 12 games 3 straight years. We did win the NFC East. Here's another one. Here's another one. Man, I cannot believe Dak looked like that in the playoffs. He was
so terrible.
He could be winning the MVP this year anyway.
He's never played before.
I got another one for you. We led the league in points this year. Can't believe we lost that playoff game. Huh? Led the league in points this year. See what I'm saying? There's lots of head shakes and there's the head nod. Mike McCarthy's just never going to win a championship. he did win one in his 5th year in Green Bay, and next year, would kind of be year 5.
So Tim,
Wow.
Tim, I got to cut to you first on that one, man, because you know some of the comments that Rich Eisen was making, man, and as humorous as they were, I'm almost in agreement with him, man. But what do you say, man?
Well, it's kind of like things that make you go,
Hmm.
we can all chime in at the same time. Things that make you go, That's the Dallas Cowboy. The
Wasn't
quandary.
that bad. Wasn't that bad.
It's a quandary actually when you think about what's going on for Dallas, right? You can't get rid of the quarterback. The cap hit is too much, right? So you got to keep Dak. Then when you think about Dak, who actually is going to coach Dak best? Well, the best coach who's coached Dak best has been McCarthy. McCarthy actually got him playing a little bit better. And can McCarthy, after a year of dealing with him, do a little bit better with Dak? And can he actually do what I said before? Can he sit down when he see Dak get glassy eyed? Can he sit down with Dak and say, hey, let's get this right. Let's calm down, let's chill, and we're going to do enough. And the whole deal is, what you doing with them linebackers? What do we all say? Everybody on our show said the front seven was a problem, and the reason why the front seven was a problem because the middle was a problem. Middle linebacker, all the linebackers were porous, way below average, right? And they had an opportunity a number of times to actually change that, and they didn't do it. So kind of like how the Texas Rangers went in at the deadline, they went and got their people, right?
Yeah.
So, Jerry Jones admitted, said, hey, it was up on management a little bit, right? So I'm guessing that he's talking about he didn't get the linebackers that was needed. I'm pretty sure they had that meeting, they had that conversation about some of the things that he needed. McCarthy probably was real with him. He probably was real with McCarthy, and they talked about that. He said, hey, the linebackers, we was poor on linebackers. We couldn't replace what we left off when your boy got his neck injury. So with that going on, the linebacker was porous, and they didn't play well. They couldn't stop the run. They had to do things to try to adapt. So they had to go things out of their favor, what they really wanted to do, because the linebacker was poor. So with that, I guess they said, okay, if we get you what you need, which would be this year, this is his last chance. Everything goes. Dak is done. McCarthy is done. Everybody's done after this year. This is their one chance. So this is like do or die year coming up. So you talking about pressure?
Yeah.
That pressure's gonna be on next year. It's on.
Yeah, hey man, you absolutely right. I think they, especially if not this year, you definitely got to believe that next year he's coaching for his job. But you say what, DA?
I say, let me see how. Let me go back to the original question was, should McCarthy have come back? Right.
We're just talking about bringing him back.
Okay. Let me say, I think it's some coaches. Like, we don't know yet if Belichick or those guys just, maybe they don't want to coach for Dallas. Maybe they don't want that owner in the locker room looking over the shoulder, talking before they talk, making trades before he even goes through them, or like he did with Trey Lance. Nobody knew he was getting Trey Lance. They all found out after the fact. Like, coaches hear that and they say, man, I don't want to go through that. The good coaches are not going to go through it anyway. So it's kind of a catch-22. Even when you connect Dak and McCarthy, you got to say, okay, we really can't get the coach that would really make a difference is not going to put up with all the extra that Jerry Jones brings. So you got to look at that. Any coach that is a real good coach and he can come in and change the culture is going to have to have power. And Jerry's not willing to give up that power. He or his sons. So that's what I feel on that part. It's like it's almost you damned if you do, damned if you don't, because
right. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, you ain't gonna get a real coach. So you gotta he's the best of the mediocre, maybe. He might be looking at who can we still control, who's a good coach. And McCarthy like fits that mold. He's a good coach, but we can still control him. He's not gonna go to the media when we tell him we did this and without his permission, or we did that, or no, we can't get this, we can't get Shaq Barrett. So he's the right person for that. Secondly, I didn't think McCarthy did a bad job. I said that on the show right after the loss. I said, man, McCarthy was still McCarthy. It was Dak is the problem, and Tim is I agree with him about Dak, but McCarthy, when Dak gets like that, I don't think there's anybody on the planet can. I think it takes medicine to get him, and you can't give him medicine to get his head right in a football game. But I think it takes medicine to get him right, because he's not right mentally. When he gets in that, it's just like somebody who's bipolar. Once you turn it on, you can't it don't just turn off. And nobody can just come up and say, hey, let me talk to you. Calm down. Nope, don't work like that. Take some medication. And I think y'all gonna have the same problem next year as well. And another thing I'm thinking, Tim, I thought this was the year you talking about next year. It's like every year, this is the year. And this should have definitely been the year because of how they got beat. And now every year at the end of the season, I hear Cowboy fans saying, oh, but next year he really got it. But next year they really got to get it. Oh, if he don't get it done next year, oh, they really got it. And it just keeps happening, man. Back to back to back.
Going on and on. Well, let me. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. And here's the thing, because I hear you when you do say that Dak is the problem, right?
He's a problem.
I'm not discrediting that whatsoever, right? But they call football the ultimate team sport, underlining the word ultimate team sport, because you got 10 other guys that got to pull their weight, right? Got to be going all in the same direction.
Yeah.
Dak, I don't know if it happened to him. Maybe he was on some type of Christmas holiday play or something where there was a loud audience or something where he got stage fright. It almost put me in the mind of when, the movie New Edition, when Bobby Brown first went out there and they was just like, he was
looking around
the audience and everybody was sitting there clapping and whatever. It almost signals a little bit of that, because as I said the other day on the show, I said he is the face. He is the James Harden of the NFL.
Perfect analogy.
Great regular season guy. But when it comes to the playoffs, I don't know why his eyes get this big, and it seems like he all of a sudden start having like anxiety attacks, if you will. I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from. I just don't get it. And I'm gonna say this. Y'all may think I'm crazy when I say this, because I kind of said it before the game. I just wish, like in baseball, right? Pitchers, right? And we know why they don't, you wish a pitcher can go back to back, one of those ace pitchers, right? But they gotta, limit that because of the arm and all that. Yeah. But I say, but they can like change them out, interchangeable. Well, maybe he good for about 4 innings a night. Then we got to bring so-and-so in.
Yeah.
In my mind, look at the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all might be think I'm crazy. But man, if we get through another next year, right? If we go another 12-5 regular season, I say, how about this? How about letting Dak Prescott come off the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah. How about allowing Dak Prescott to come off the bench? Let him settle. I know it sounds crazy.
It don't sound crazy to me.
I'm almost like, look, Cooper Rush, go in there if he's still on the roster, or Trey Lance, go in there if he's still on the roster, and let Dak feel like he's coming in without pressure and all that as a reliever.
Yes,
man, I really believe, Tim.
That's it.
If we was able to do this, I really believe that Dak will come in.
He'll come in and go 400 yards.
Because you gotta try something different. But Tim, come on, man. Help me.
Okay. Y'all killing me. And
you know nothing else working.
He does. He had, he did have trauma in his life. So he did have deaths and stuff like that in situations. He had a lot of trauma, and then he had one with his brother as well, too. So the traumas are there. So there's definitely something that creates anxiety for him. So what Dak really needs, he needs a quarterback whisperer. Did you hear what I said? He needs a quarterback whisperer.
With some drugs. Bring the drugs.
No, not with the drugs. A quarterback whisperer. So that means that somebody who actually is there to coach him through his anxiety. So you guys are right. Y'all on point. So when he gets that anxiety, when they get behind, because he gets anxiety, he gets tunnel vision. We talked about this before. He gets tunnel vision. He can't see number right here. Whatever he focuses on, he's going to throw it right there. And he's blind because he only can see the target. He can't even see the people around him. He can't even see colors no more. I think he loses sight of color, everything. That anxiety is so strong. Kind of like, if you're a guy who actually, or a woman who actually, either way, the people are after you, right? There are people like you, and you were in a relationship, and you dedicated to that person, but that person, when you're away, gets anxiety, and they have all these problems come up, and they all of a sudden have created all kind of things that's going on. With Dak gets tunnel vision. He creates all kind of stuff, and he can't get the ball where he needs to, or he tries to do too much. He want to throw the ball in between some things. So quarterback whisper over there, hey, Dak, remember your fundamentals. Remember to make sure you throw what's open. If it's not open, don't throw the ball. Chill. It's okay. We're going to come back. Quarterback whisper. I think they need to hire me, man. I'm telling you. I think they need to hire me to coach Dak to get me his quarterback whisperer.
I'm just telling you,
they need to come call Tim Jackson, Action Jackson, to be the quarterback whisperer.
Just listen to what you're saying. We talking about NFL quarterback, and we got to have somebody over there like a devil and an angel on the shoulder like Dak. Yeah, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him, Dak.
Right. But listen, though, but we saw Mike McCarthy go over to Dak. Because even when he came out, remember when they played, I think they was playing the Commanders, I'm not mistaken. Whenever he had the appendectomy surgery, and he was saying he had to look at Dak, he had to be on the sideline because they was talking about him actually coaching from up in the box. He said, I need to be on the sideline so I can look in Dak's eyes. That's what he said. That's what they was talking about. And we saw him against Green Bay, walking over to Dak, putting his hand around Dak. He's having a conversation with Dak. Regarding Dak's trauma, prior trauma, right? Well, that's only a small segment of it because I can't lean on that scenario when I think about when he was at Mississippi with the Bulldogs and they was ranked #1 in the country. This is what got Dak on the map. They was ranked #1 in the country and he couldn't finish the deal. Darius Slay was on that team and he couldn't finish the deal. And that's why they had all this. Jerry Jones, when they was evaluating Dak in the draft, and Mel Kiper Jr., and they had all these knocks on Dak, and they was really trying to gauge, like, where is he slotted at? We know because really, I didn't even know Dak. It seemed like he ran the ball like a RPO back in college more so than he passed. So when I saw him having such a great rookie year, I was like, man, I didn't see that. Maybe I missed some games or whatever. The games that I watched, I didn't see Dak was really connecting his rookie year. Yeah. So again, they was ranked #1. They had, an opportunity to win the national championship, but he still didn't get it done. Now, does that mean, as you heard Rich Eiden say, or his side partner over there saying that mean that they don't want to win? Well, I wanted to correct that statement because it's not that they're not winning. They're winning. They're just not winning the big ones, the ones that the Cowboys Nation have been longing for so many years. But they're winning. So again, I don't know what you do. I really don't, because this is the first time where I'm honest when I say this. When I'm very honest when I say this, I don't know. By bringing him back, that means you're gonna give Dak the extension, so he's gonna count about 59, close to $60 million on your cap. You still got CeeDee Lamb, still got Mike Parsons, things that we know about, and guys are still getting up there in age. At what point do you say, okay, he got to go. We got to draft better. We got to catch him in the free agency. Count the way they did. I know it's a little bit different now, but the count of the way they did back in the early 90s, because it would be insane to go back with the same, not having it, because I don't see
you're not gonna have any money. You're not gonna have any money to get anybody that's gonna be a major player. Once you extend that, pay CD and Micah, there's going to be no money left to go and get anybody that can really help you.
And I agree. Just hold on for a second, Tim. This is the thing I look at with Dak. The same way the Dirk Nowinski's took pay cuts, the Tom Brady's took pay cuts, other quarterbacks who've taken. Dude, look in the mirror, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're stealing money. Now, maybe your agent, because the agent don't care as long as he's going to get his 5%, 3 to 5% or whatever. He's not, he's going to try to max it out. But when do you say, hey, man, you know what? Let me do, leave something on the table where we can get some other players in here. Because how much money do you really need? How many cars can you drive at one time? And I hear this people say, man, get your money. Well, I have no problem in players getting their money, especially in the NFL. But at some point, what are you really, because if you're just playing for the money and the endorsements out, hey man, you got people who work a 9-to-5 job and they do the best they can, but if they can take their child to that $1 game, buy 2 tickets, these high-priced tickets, just to get inside AT&T Stadium to say, I had this experience with my child. Say, man, think about those people, man. Because right now you're stealing, man. And when you start stealing money, I got a problem. But go ahead, Tim.
I was getting ready to say something. I told him because you took me on another track. Oh, this is about the money. Actually, when they do a new contract, he won't count that much against the what do you call it?
The cap.
Yeah, against the cap. He won't count that much against the cap once they redo his contract. So when they do that, they'll do some things in it for his bonuses that'll lower his cost this year so they actually can add players. And they'll renegotiate some other people's contracts to make room. They can always do that kind of stuff to make room for players they want to get. So what it does is hurt them in the future. But if they're going all in for this year, if they finally decide to go all in, decide to do what the Texas Rangers did, right? Go in and get the linebackers they need and all the kind of stuff they do. They can make some room by maneuvering who they keep on the field and who they renegotiate for his contract to get cap room and stuff like that. So they'll do that. And we'll have to see who they decide to add to the team, because if they don't add certain players and cover certain spots, and certain people don't improve, like Mozzie Smith, who lost weight, that's why he was getting driven out like he was doing. And then some kind of way they can't be standing up so high on the defensive line. Because to me, we're talking about that, but the problem I had with that game was that the defense never did come to play. Look how many points they scored. Now he helped them with 14 points. Take 14 points off of that score, they still got busted with the defense. So defense still got busted, and to this day, you ain't gonna never win if your defense getting busted like that. Never.
But Micah's gonna break the bank. CD gonna break the bank. You got one of the top 2-3 receivers in the league, and probably the top rushing lineman in the game, like the most effective pass rusher in the game. So you just happen to have both of them on one team. You're not gonna be able to get them. I ain't for players taking pay cuts, because Jerry don't take no pay cuts. When them, you can't even see it. You can't even look in their books. They making so much money off these TV deals that you can't even see. Nobody is even allowed to look at their books. So that's why I don't want players taking pay cuts. Like, I get it though. Tom Brady did, but that's after Brady he got 2, 3, 4 rings. So he can do that. He's already reached that plateau. He's like, ain't nothing more I can do. I can win a couple more, but the money, I know I'm gonna get the money. We already got the championships. Cowboys don't have any championships.
Hold on, cap is something you manage though. Cap is a fixed, it has a number. So you manage it. So there's a pie. The cap is like a pie. So only so much to go around in that pie. So it's not like you're talking about Jerry's money, because if they had not put the cap in there, Jerry would have outspent everybody anyway. He would have got the best player. They used to have double everybody else. They were deep because
that's what's going to hurt you.
All that money getting the first team and the second team deep.
But so that's what's going to hurt
cap on there because Jerry was making more money than everybody, and he was able to spend more money.
But that's what's going to hurt you. Watch how much of that pie is left after those 3 guys get their deal. Just watch.
Yeah,
the same thing happens to everybody.
It's not going to be. And I understand how they give him more money up front and to lower his base salary and stuff like that. But if I'm not mistaken, from all of what I've been able to see here, read, they are talking about $60 million once they give him an extension, counting towards their cap. Now, if they work it out to where it lowers that, that has remained to
how
be
much
seen.
you think CD's
he's already at $59 million next year for the cap. What I'm saying, when they negotiate it, it'll change because they'll change the bonuses on the situation.
It'll go down a little bit.
He's at 59.60 right now.
I think y'all underestimating what CD and Michael's gonna demand.
Oh, you talking about
No.
30 million a year for Michael Park? He gonna set.
Yes.
He
about to reset it. He about to reset the market.
About to reset that market, man. Yeah. And but again, and I'm saying,
but man, y'all, but y'all gonna eventually have to. I don't mean y'all as you and Tim. Somebody's gonna. Like, somebody got to take a stand. Like, no, man, we keep saying, well, okay, you got one more year, and then it's so-and-so, because next year, let me tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be maybe some sort of injury to Mike or CD or Dak, and then you're going to maybe fall again, and then we're going to have to hear, oh, yeah, but Michael got hurt, so, or Dak, he got hurt. Remember the last 3 games of the season, he got hurt, and we could. So now you're going to get right back on that little hamster wheel. And the year after next, you're going to be saying, okay, that's going to be healthy this year. So, and it's just going to keep, every year it's going to be something that's going to make you say, well, this is the last year. This is it. And it's been like 30 years. And you're still saying, well, this is, you know what I'm saying? Jerry don't hit, and his son hates making big moves. Do you just look around and just like, I ain't saying this because I'm a Niner fan. They went out and got McCaffrey. They didn't even need McCaffrey. But they were like, man, this dude's an upgrade. Make a way to get him. They went and got, you know what I'm saying? They just picking up guys that can upgrade the team that they don't really need.
Right. Well, let's listen to another clip that I have here with Michael Irvin. He's on the Dan Patrick Show, and he's talking about this very thing that we're talking about in referencing Mike McCarthy's return.
Okay.
What should Jerry Jones do, if anything, at the head coaching position?
This is a tough one. It's not like you went from, and I guess that means you're a victim of your own success. It's not like you went from 8 wins, 9 wins, snuck in the playoffs, and then lost. Then went to 11 wins, got in the playoffs, and maybe went around and then go to 13 wins. And, you know what I mean? That you saw growth each year. You came in 12 wins out in the first round. Then did another 12 wins, and you get out in the second round, then another 12, and you're back out in the first round. It's about those big moments. If you're a player, if you are a coach. And the 12 wins are great, but if you keep getting out, you'll never get to the final goal. So I just think it's hard to go into next year selling what you sold this year to a fan base who has waited patiently and thought, man, if you can't get it any better than it was set up this year.
Okay, so what are you doing?
So I always believe that hope dictates effort. More hope I got, the more effort I give. And if you take this into next year, you're giving the fan base less hope, and you can expect less effort. You see what I'm saying? Because they're going to say, why am I investing all of my time and all of my money when we know it's going to be the end result?
Yeah. So, and I wish I'd have had that clip that after the game when the Dallas Cowboys players was walking back into the locker. Y'all probably seen that walking back into their locker room, and Dak Prescott was probably did the fastest sprint to the locker room with his helmet on than he did all day on the football field. Outside of that one run that he ran early to get a first down in the first quarter. When I see guys go back, it was as if, and I know understandably so, they know the effort that they gave when they first came out in that entire ball game. But not to see back in the day, we had Charles Haley, man, hearing about him just throwing his helmet and knocking a big hole in the wall, grimacing and players having confrontations and things of this nature. When I see individuals come off the field, knowing you just went out there, man, and laid a flat goose egg, lackluster performance, no type of competitiveness, no type of, and as I said the other day on the show, at what point do you start to play for the name on the back of your jersey? Because I know I've been in certain battles where win, lose, or draw, I'm going to ball. That's how I felt going up against Brent Favre. And I say, they going to know me on their left side. Now, whether we lose, tie, whatever the case may be, I'm going to ball. I don't understand, bro. And I don't understand how these dudes think Jerry Jones thinking that you bring Mike McCarthy back. Okay, fine, you did that. But as I text you out, DA, I said Jerry's dying, but my time. And I think the Cowboys fan, Cowboy Nation, man, they got to start reconsidering some things. The way we got things changed years ago when fans stopped going to, I think maybe Dave Campo was still coaching. And there was a time when the fans stopped showing up. Stop showing up, because we're not going to continue to take this, man. So I don't know if we there yet. But every year, we drink the Kool-Aid once again and start all over again. But go ahead, DA.
Man, I just think you can't, when a coach can't hold players accountable, what do you do? Like, he can't really hold anybody accountable because he can't make any major decisions without going through the family. He got to go through the Jones Mafia to make a move. Like, a coach needs to be able to say, no, man, he ain't right. He's not playing today, or he's gonna, like you said, he could never do that. Decide to say, you know what, I ain't gonna, he can't pull Dak. He can't not start Dak. All of that has to be predetermined a week ahead. Jerry has to tell him, he can't sit Michael. He can't sit CD. He don't have that power, and he should, as a coach, have the power to make those decisions. And coaches who are used to making like decisions, like Sean Payton, even though I don't like Sean Payton, when he went there, he didn't have to worry about an owner saying, man, you can't bench Russell Wilson. You can't pull him out. He just say, oh, he needs to sit on the bench and you go in. Nobody coaching the Cowboys is going to have that power.
Okay,
well, but I'll say something different.
Hold on, Tim. Let me set the record straight on this here thing. Because I need people to don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. We're going to be transitioning in just a second, so I'll give you that final word on that before we segue into this next deal here. TJ, go ahead.
Okay. Jimmy Johnson didn't have the power to sit Troy Aikman once he was rolling, Emmitt Smith, or Charles Haley. Okay, when you got a player that's on the top, you don't sit him. He treated the guys on the fringes, and he did what he wanted to. That's what coaches usually do. They don't do that to their power people because it would change the whole structure of their team. So you have to deal with them a little bit different. If you're in that power position, and guys are more aware of that now than they were before. Okay, so because we're a little different, the society's a little bit different than it was when we was growing up. People are more aware and conscious of who they are in their brain.
But you're talking about champions, Tim. You're talking about champions.
They
on
weren't
those
champions
teams.
before
they
that.
Got championships.
You become champions. They weren't champions.
Yeah, after they got championships, you can't do that. But before
he couldn't do it
that,
before that. He didn't do it before that either. Once he established the work, he didn't mess with Emmett. He didn't mess with Michael Irvin. He didn't mess with Michael Irvin. They were champions.
They were Super Bowl champions.
They weren't champions at first. They won one game. They won 7 games. They won 11 games. Then they won a championship. So
he wasn't there before years.
Let me finish up. Then it's a growth thing. So 1 game, then 7 games, then 11 games, then a championship. So that's 4 years. It was 4 years. I was there around it. So Tom Landry, I'm gonna give you an example. I mean, not Tom Landry, but Tom Osborne. Dr. Tom Osborne, for years, he was getting second place year after year after year. The fan base was getting tired of that because they wasn't winning the national championship. You would have never had those 3 years if they had given up, where he just dominated and his team was way stronger than everybody else. He did have to make a mindset change, though. Would Dallas make the mindset change? And I'll say this at the end. The expectation for the Dallas Cowboys is really high. And when you have high expectation, you have high disappointment. And the expectation is not just of the fans of the Dallas Cowboys, but also the haters. The haters want the Dallas Cowboys because they're not going to be happy if Dallas don't win the championship. So really, Dallas only have one place to go. Either win the championship, the Super Bowl, or they're losers to everyone, including the haters.
Well, on that note, let me do this. We're going to come back in a second on that. But on that note, let me switch up right quick, man, because I got something else I want to do for this culture part. And we're going to talk about it, man. I know y'all saw it earlier when I texted out. We're going to talk about something, man, that was very interesting to me. And I want y'all to just, I know it's a quick change to go from that to another extreme, but this is extreme too. But I'm going to put this up, man, because I want to know, this is what I want to know. The question is this. 10 things, DA. We're going to have a little fun with this. 10 things women should never do. 10 things. Now, We're gonna try to maybe I do 2 or 3. We're gonna try to get to 10. I don't know if you got. I don't want you to really have a straight 10, but we're gonna try to get to 10. So we just have a conversation because I was engaged in a conversation, man. I saw something regarding this about women and what's going on. And one of the things that I think I sent, I don't know if I sent it to you, DA, but I know I may have sent it to Tim, where they had these girls teaching these young girls, ages probably about 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there, how to twerk around the poles. I don't know if y'all saw that. They was teaching them how to jump up on the pole. And so I said to myself, I'm saying, and I replied, I said, it used to be, the song went, I believe the children are the future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Right? So now I said, now we're talking about, I believe the children are now, teach them with ignorance and let them get out of the way. You see? And this is what we're doing, is cultivating these young girls and growing them up, man, too fast. But give me some of what, DA, give me some of what you think a woman should never do, man. 10 things a woman should never do, man.
Smoke cigarettes.
Oh yeah. Deal killer.
Man.
Deal killer.
I'm
you
gonna
know
say
they
this
on the cigar thing too. So, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's and that's
and
it's funny that a lot of women smoke because it looks classy, but it's. I mean, if you want to occasionally have a cigar, I ain't got a big problem with that. But smoking cigarettes daily,
no cigar breath.
That's a big one. Yeah,
Not
and then, I would say letting 2 men. How do I put this? Can somebody help me with this? Having 2 men.
Well, no, you talking about train?
No, I don't mean that. I just mean.
Oh, okay.
I just mean having 2 men constantly as sex partners. Like, you know what I mean? Just
having more than one sex partner.
Yes. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. But I just think that's
right. Because you think
and it ain't like a man doing it, because I think that should be.
Listen, one of the worst songs they ever made was the Lotto girl talking about because girls are players too. Are you kidding me? That was one of the stupidest.
Say, man, we gotta start speaking up. Yeah, we gotta start speaking up. I don't like you said, like, just I remember a time when women and just everybody in general, but you look forward to you looked at adults, grown people, and you aspired to say, even if you weren't consciously, you were subconsciously knowing, one day I'm gonna be dressing like that girl. I'm gonna be listening to that music my mama listening to. I'm gonna be, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a grown up wardrobe. And now it's the adults are dressing like the kids and listening to the kids' music. I remember my mama wouldn't dare listen to nothing I listened to. Like, if I got in the car, I had to listen to her music. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be listening to this when I get grown. I ain't grown now, but still, now it's the other way. It's like men and women, but I'm saying the women can control what other women do. Like, we've lost the classiness when it comes to most women. It's like,
because it's all assiness.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, the stuff that's okay in the name of equality.
No, ain't no more classy. It's all sassy.
And another thing, I don't think women should be like trap or gangster rappers or trap rappers. That's just 3 off the top of my head. I got 20.
Let's go, TJ. What you got for me, man? I mean, tell me 10 things that women should never do. Never do. We got smoking. We got being, having 2 different sex partners and things of that nature. Being promiscuous.
Yeah.
And then being trap rappers. As DA say.
I don't know if we want to make these 2 things different, but too much masculine energy or toxic energy. Yeah, they're 2 different things. So we're gonna do masculine first. Right. Meaning that you want to be in the man's role, you want to be demanding, you want to be controlling, which is really not masculine anyway. That's actually another narcissist type of behavior. But trying to be demanding and in a way that's masculine, meaning that you want to raise your voice, you want to stand up, and then you want to act like you would fight a man. Your energy is masculine, like, hey, you would fight a man.
Yeah.
The man's not treating you like he would treat a man. And the men, we don't disrespect men like that, because if we know we disrespect a man, there is a real fight. So we respect each other, and when we're not in that place, we have to get to a place where we calm each other down because we know we're going to cuffs. Yeah. Women expect them not to be they expect not to have a fight, but they're doing the things that a man would do, meaning that I want to fight. So that masculine energy would turn a man off. You know how many women I've stopped talking to with that energy off the phone? Mm-hmm. We ain't never met one time and wouldn't have the telephone number. I talk to you on the phone. Your energy not right. I'm done with you. We ain't gotta have no more conversation. You wondering what's up? That was that. That was it. We ain't gotta discuss about it. You don't have the right energy. It's a mindset thing. Another one, toxic energy, where you just negative and you trying to look for negative stuff. Your energy is toxic. When you walk through the door, it's kind of like, people have an aura around them, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a red energy when they got toxic energy, right? And you can see it before you get to them. Mm-hmm. And they're wondering why people don't smile at them and don't look at them right? Well, your energy just repelled everyone.
Right.
You got a repelling energy. I don't want to be around you. I'm going to go back outside, get in the car and go to the store. I'm going to go somewhere else because I don't want to be around you. Your energy is toxic. All you're going to do is bring out the negative in me. You're not lifting me up. You're not making me stronger. You're not encouraging me to be better. You're creating pain. So both of us going to have more pain if I come in contact with you. I need to get away from you as soon as possible, and you need to get out of my atmosphere because you toxic creates toxicity, which actually creates pain. And more pain you have, the more pain you give to other people. So that's another thing. That right there is the top. Them two right there, them majors right there. I'll let you go in. I'll come back with some more in a minute.
Okay. Oh, you ain't got okay. Okay. DA gave me 3. I thought I'd do 3.
Oh, you want one more?
If you can think of one more.
Yeah, I got another one. Shooting them from the hip. Women demanding one of the things, demanding that you marry them or make decisions on marriage. We make the decision. Women decide when we couple up, right? When we become one. Men make a decision on when we marry. Okay, when we have that bond. And so when you keep demanding that and go into that situation, no, you should actually make hints that that's what you want. That should be easy. You should have a conversation about what your goals are and all that kind of stuff. But you're not going to force a man to do so. Men going to make that decision. Matter of fact, you're going to repel him and push him away. So women, let that man make that decision. If he's not making it soon enough for you, go ahead and move on. If that's the case. That's what you really want. But if you actually going to do that, make sure you actually in congruence with him. Have that conversation, a real conversation, instead of one where you're trying to make him do something, because he definitely ain't going to do it if you're trying to make him.
If you try to make it. Well, I'm going to try to add my 3 and maybe we can all come together on one. I'm just probably going to just say mine straight out. Daryl already said one, man. That's really it would be a deal breaker for me, and that's the smoking part. Now I don't want no smoker's breath, but now that he covered that 3, let me see if I can add another 3 up in here. One is don't lie to me. Don't lie. Just don't be a natural habitual liar. You know what I'm saying? I guess we can cope with that with it. Anything else as far as being a thief and all that too. That's one thing. And then, having this entitlement, like this narcissist disposition that you supposed to do this. That's what a man's supposed to do. Well, I really agree with you to an extent that if a man says that he's a man, you shouldn't have to tell a man what to do. But sometimes the way they execute it, it's that mouth. It's that mouth almighty. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. I mean, I hate to, man, listen, man, when Houdini came out that song, you got a big mouth, big mouth. Say, man, it's that, which goes to what Tim was talking about for the masculinity part. That what leads to that, because they want to match you. You say something, they say something. You say something, they say something. And it's always this energy that they give off a lot of times. Like, no, know your place, know your role. Some women get that. So I'm not going to classify and say it's all women, but it seems like of late, it seems like that's been more of the majority. Another thing, I don't want to hear about your PhDs. I don't want to hear about your masters. I don't want to hear about none of all this stuff that you can do financially. Because if a man is a man, he going to look at it from his perspective. I got it anyway, right? And it's cool if you can help supplement and stuff, and I'm not where I need to be and that thing. That's cool. But if a man is really a man, he going to handle that. Because men are naturally the maintainers of women, regardless of how society try to make it any other way. But what I don't want to hear, you talking about a PhD, but you can't make you can't boil water. You can't make a meal. How about making that meal? How about catering to me like Destiny Child once said? How about when a man come home that he wants to be rubbed, he wants to be held, he wants to have these things too. I'm talking about the men that are taking care of their business. Those are the men that I'm talking about. How about those men? I think that women should never have this entitlement. You know, they should not have, you know, this cheating disposition. Well, I hear a lot of women saying now, yeah, but mans do it too. See, we can have a whole nother conversation about that, because see, what you all want to do, there's this word called polyandrous. You want to have, you know, like you say, well, if you have 2 wives or 2 girls, well, I can have 2 men. God didn't create it like that. It wasn't set up that way, because your body hormonally, and we all know, we can get into the anatomy of this all day long. God didn't create you for that. He created men to procreate, and all you gotta do is go out and study the animal life, even study the plant life, the zoology and
Botany.
yeah, botany. That's what I'm trying to say. Botanical life. Go study all of that, and that should really shut you down if you have a conscious mind, because again, women far too many times, man, they want to put the pants on and the shoes and the belt and the big jacket and the hat. So that's the issue. Those 3 things right there. Again, feeling like you're entitled, you know, the lying part of it, thinking that you can do what a man could do. And then you have this disposition where you got all these so-called degrees and you got it going on like that. I don't need a man, but then you can't even cook, you can't even boil water. That just rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm gonna say this, that's 3 apiece. I'm just gonna put my one on right quick. Is have some interest of what I have. Basically what I'm saying. Where are the sports women at? You know what I'm saying? I get a little bit of, I don't know about you guys, man, but I wouldn't mind sitting down with my girl, man, watching a game. You know what I mean? Watching a game. You know, hey, you know, talk about the game with me. Don't sit up there.
Because I'm gonna talk with you about the movie, right? Because I'm talking with you about the movie. Go ahead, Jabri. I'm just saying, I'm gonna talk with you about the movie. So talk with me about the game.
Yeah, I got a couple more.
Yeah, I got one more. I want to hear with both of y'all this one, because I think this goes with what we're talking about. A woman who doesn't want to cater or serve, meaning that she don't want to make your plate. I'll make your plate. You can't make mine. What's the deal with this? You know, I'm what you call it. He can go get his own plate type of deal and all that kind of stuff, or anything as you talking about rub my feet, right? I'll give you a massage. You, of course, women like you give me a massage, but then you want something else. Give me a massage. You want something else too, then. Okay.
Right on.
Right. So hey, you know, cater to me. Give me a bath and want something else. Right. Let's do that. You know what I'm saying? Cater to me. So when I come home, make my home feel like home. Make that home sparkle and shine. So I want to go in the house.
Yeah. But DA, do you think, I know you got 2 more, I want you to add those real quick. Do you think, man, women even know what men really want, man? Go ahead.
No, I don't think so. I talked to another buddy of mine. Like we can't even really say what we can't. A lot of times we can't say what we really think about certain situations because women just won't take it well. Like certain things that happen on social media, I just keep scrolling because I know if I go and give my honest opinion, they can't handle it. Like they don't know what really, they don't know what's important to, I ain't gonna say to all men, but pretty much stand up, solid men. Most women have no idea what we really think and like and want. And we just can't tell them. Like some things they hold important. We look at it and say, that we don't care nothing about that. What are you doing?
Right.
But a couple more things, man. I hate to see women using the F-bomb and filthy language in public places like social media and just making videos. I don't like that. I ain't saying women shouldn't curse, but you shouldn't be publicly just spouting out F-bombs and making videos, social media. That's just really, man, when I see women doing that, it just breaks me. I mean, I ain't talking about a situation where somebody's fighting or something. I'm just saying, just sitting up here holding a conversation on making a video, YouTube or
be a lady, right? Be a lady.
Yeah, like don't curse in your house. You don't have to use
So
F-bombs
Graham
on
said,
social media. Like, I don't like it. I mean, I have friends that do it, but it bothers me. But since they're not, nobody close to me is like that. And that's on purpose. And my final thing is I kind of don't like when women leave their children on others to take care of when they can, take care of them. I get some situations where a woman can't take care of her kids, like she may be about to go to jail, she's incarcerated, or she's not there mentally, or has a drug addiction. I get that. But when you are healthy and you have finances or you have employment, I don't like women that just not, or that don't have their kids and they should or can have their kids. So that's it.
I got one more after before you go, Jabril. They made this list, right, of places where women want to go, don't want to go, right?
Right.
Me personally, I'm not even worried about that list. Because when I'm talking to you on the telephone, I'm gonna make my decisions right there, and then we're gonna do after that. You gonna actually agree with whatever I say, gonna go. I never had no problem with no list. I don't even know what that's about. To me, a list, right? If I say, hey, we meet up at the park,
I think it's
meet me at the
clickbait.
park. I don't care. We gonna meet where I want to meet. So whatever I feel like. I never had a problem with women talking about where I don't want to go here. No. You gonna go where I want to go. If we vibing, you gonna go where I want to go. If you want a women that's like that, I'm already gonna be done with you anyway.
I think it's all clickbait. I think that's social media clickbait. Like, it's like women always tell me, I hate a man you ain't gonna what you doing me to death. Like, if it's the man that you digging or the man that you like, he can say what you doing 20 times a day and it'd be cute. So I think a lot of that other lists and stuff, I think they're just for people to click on and they get views and it gets talked about. But I get it.
Yeah, I think when women are women, man, when they have their femininity, man, and they're in a woman's place, even if a man, if you disagree with that man, handle it with class and with dignity, the way a real woman would. Like, I don't have the same bravado that he has. I don't have the same energy. I don't have the same testosterone because you don't have, and you got androgens. So why would I put myself in a position to keep challenging him? And every time he says something, I gotta come back. I gotta come back. It's like, you know what? I can agree to disagree with you, honey. And we're gonna go ahead and table this conversation for now, but let's move somewhere in another different direction. You know what I'm saying? Because you may not agree. Maybe you got to level up a little bit. Maybe it's beyond your reach right now. But whatever the case may be, don't put your finger in my face.
Say, man, what's going on here?
Hold on, Jabril. Hey,
Hey,
if you keep coming
like
back,
you a man, you know what I mean?
Hey,
that energy right there, man. Don't do it. Please don't do
it. Hey, if you keep coming back, you're gonna have to get back. Okay? You coming back, you have to get back because I'm getting away.
Yeah, and I don't ever condone a man putting his hand
I'm getting away.
I don't never condone a man putting his hand on a woman. But in the words of Chris Tucker, I'll shake the hell out of you. I mean, Chris Rock, excuse me, Chris Rock. But you got some women out there that's like that, man. That's why I said and
it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Like the culture, these. I mean, I'm around middle school young ladies, and it's different. Like, I'm telling you, when I go to the school and I'm picking the boys up or we doing something, it's the girls chasing the boys and cussing them out and slapping them. And I'm talking about where I'm like, nah, that little boy, if he actually retaliated, you would be, you know what I'm saying? So it's a different, like, something we ain't doing with these young women, man. They different. They talk like, they cuss like sailors and they're violent. A lot of
we got to teach them how to be ladies because we got to be in the room.
Yeah, we got to get to the basics.
We got to be in the room.
We got to tear the whole house down and rebuild. And we're gonna have a conversation because I started getting to the hip hop or hip not R&B versus hip hop today because we know it's deaf in the music, but we running short on time. And but we gonna do that because I got a couple other things on this cultural segment that we're talking about, man, which is one of the reasons why I say I want to bring this up, because when I saw that video on TikTok and these girls was teaching these young babies, man, how to twerk and you ain't even teaching them how to cook. But you had a problem with the woman who was trying to show a little girl about how to properly get out of a car, not opening up her legs, crossing her legs, the whole etiquette part. They don't have that anymore. And that's what's so sad. But you can teach them this. You can teach them this. But it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But listen, guys, we're coming up on the last 5 minutes of the show. So we got to do the playoff weekend picks right quick. If we didn't do this, we know Booker. He'll turn his in. He's working right now. He couldn't join us this evening. But we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Buffalo Bills. KC is going to Buffalo. I'm just going to say off the back. And the reason why I said Tim, we talked about it for a second. I'm taking Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs because he's never had to go win it on the road. And I think he's going to personally challenge himself to get that done. And so that's why I'm going to Kansas City Chiefs. But you like who, Tim?
Yeah, other receivers going to catch the ball? That's all I got.
We don't know.
They catch it.
So
Yeah.
if they catch it, they're going to win it. So I'm thinking they're going to catch it, so Kansas City going to win it. So I'm going with Kansas City. I think they're going to catch the ball this time. They don't catch it, they ain't going to win it.
I truly believe. I truly believe that nobody. I don't think Josh Allen's going to let anybody beat Buffalo. I got Buffalo all the way. He's been dueling with Patrick Mahomes like it's like he don't scare me. I think this year it's a different team. I think it's a little bit better team. So I'm going with Buffalo.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this right quick because when they talk about Dak not making it, let's look at Josh Allen too, because he's been there for a while, and I don't know if he can win the big one because
you'll never. But them not making it ain't called Josh Allen because when he battling with Mahomes, it's like, man, I don't know who's gonna win. It's like
but not in the playoffs. He ain't beat him in the playoffs yet. That's the whole thing.
It's like last team get the ball gonna win this game. That's how
he hadn't beat him in the playoffs.
He got his chance.
It ain't because ain't nobody looking at that game saying, man, Josh Allen, he choked, man. What happened? You ain't gonna never say that.
Pick too, but we gonna see though. I'll just like I say, I think Mahomes gonna challenge himself. But the last game that we have to pick, we already picked the prior games the other day on Monday. So we got the Bills, excuse me, not the Bills, but the Bucks. The Bucks going into Detroit playing those Detroit Lions, man. So who you liking that, DA?
I can't go against Detroit at home. It's just too electric in there. I think the coach is a great motivator. Regardless of how I feel about him, he's a great motivator. That city, what he's doing, what they're doing for that city, and the energy that they have in that stadium, I don't think the Buccaneers can go in that stadium and beat them because the Bucs were kind of mediocre. So I don't think they can. I mean, I'm not saying they can't win, but Detroit has just got too much going for them to lose to the Bucs.
Who you like, Tim?
Well, Detroit defense is pretty good, and Tampa Bay offense, man, they so sometimey, man, they barely get points up. Other thing about it, though, my boy Ty Bowles, boy, he gonna put some stuff together, boy, because he can coach. That's my boy right there. But I got Detroit. I think Detroit gonna hold on because they at home, man. That crowd at home gonna be nice. It's gonna inspire them to go an extra level, fight through.
Well, I'll just say this right quick. I got my boy. You got Ty Bowles. I got my boy Aaron Glenn as defensive coordinator, and I was gonna count it because Detroit defeated Tampa Bay early in the year. But now looking at it, I started to almost go with Tampa Bay, but I'm gonna go ahead and take those Detroit Lions at the house, man. So that's gonna conclude this particular episode. It's not episode 21. We'll be doing that again when we got the whole group here. This is something we wanted to do to come on, but don't y'all forget to subscribe, like, and share. We're gonna end it on that note, man. Like I said, we got playoff weekend. It's coming up. Great games. We're gonna get back on this thing, man, and talk about this thing again in the future. And let's just see how it all shape out. I think I'll probably be undefeated this week. I really believe that. So, so we shall see.
You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be to get out the basement.
But we certainly gonna see. But like I said, man, I want to thank everybody for jumping on, watching this, man. This is the replay, but we try to make your day. So y'all have a good weekend. Today is Thursday. Big shout out to our guy Booker. DA with his San Francisco 49ers. He'll be crying next week. Another Tuesday for brother DA. Man, y'all have a good weekend. We're gonna talk off the air, man. And I'll see y'all in a minute, man.
Peace, love, and joy.
Live like
love and joy. I'm throwing them bones.